يلا الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Sheikh Isa, go over them. See, anyone who did not take the Medina pen, let them take the pen. And remember to donate for Medina Quran Youth Center. Support the new masjid on 2200 Lake Wheeler Road, inshallah. A huge, great, special Quran, and youth center, and masjid, and school, and community center, inshallah. One thing I mentioned when you stop the recording, don't feel disappointed, and don't think a mistake you have been a mistake that you have been reading for 4 years. Like 4 years you have been saying it in a certain way. It's not going to be fixed in 5 minutes. It could be sometimes, Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir, right? But sometimes you need time. Yalla, Sufyan, modify the lighting, please. Turn off the second one and keep the first one.
How much are you donating? 1,000? How much are you donating? 1,000?
Don't get disappointed, but now you have the key, inshallah, and you saw the mistake and you know how to fix it. Practice, and we will work together, inshallah. أنا مش عارف. تعال يوسف، تعال محمد عمران وعلي. يوسف محمد عمران وعلي، come here. My wife's food. يلا. بسم الله. Okay. تمام. سبحان الله. الله تعالى يعني our body and our organs and our brain, they learn, right? If you're moving your tongue or organs of speech in a certain manner for a long time, it will learn, it will do it this way. So your brain is programmed now to do it this way. Your brain is programmed to, when you say nadimi, that to let the sound go through the nasal cavity. Na. So you need to break that habit. Tamam? You need to break that habit with a lot of exercise, then it will work, inshallah. Done with that? Any question? Also, do not end the mad letters with the hamza when they are at the end of the word, as some people do. Let them end in the air. Imam al-Jazari said what? Anyone knows? الجوف ألف وأختها وهي حروف مد للهواء تنتهي. They should end in the air. The mistake is, some people say, there are more common mistakes. Let's say, many people say والضحى. This is a better example than إلا. More people do this mistake. You know where we are? Quran Made Easy, part 2, page 12. Some people say والضحى. Did you hear the hamza? Again, these are minute professional tips that it's not easy to catch them, but you need to get rid of this mistake. And with some Qur'an, it's clear. وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى. That's how they do. No, let it in the air. وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى. If you hear Hamza, raise your hand. وَالضُّحَى. See? سجى غوى. Here, غوى, right? فسيحوا. Did you hear the hamza? فسيحوا. It should be فسيحوا. مخزي. مخزي. No. Did you hear the hamza? مخزي. No. مخزي. إلا. طب look at إلا. No. Do you hear? Don't let it end in the throat. Let it end in the air. Lean letters. Any question? We're done with the mad letters, huh? What are the 3 mad letters? Alif. Who said waw ya? Who said waw ya? You came late. Okay. We'll forgive you this time. Alif and what? Waw sakina that has dhamma before it. And ya sakina that has? And do they put the sukoon on the ya and the waw when they are mad letters? They don't put them. Still they are sakin or sawakin or sakinat. Mash. Lean letters. They are called lean letters because they are pronounced with lean, which means ease. They are what? Again, what are the 2 lean? Remember, I'm not gonna. Khlas, we mentioned this. The lean letters are only 2. Okay. If someone tells you what are the mad and lean letters, so it depends what he means. You tell him you're asking about the letters of mad or the letters of lean. So we said the letters of mad have another name which is called what? حروف المد واللين. The letters of elongation and ease. تمام? Those are the 3 that we mentioned. Alif and waw and ya with their conditions. But حروف اللين, they are what? Waw sakina and ya sakina that have fathat before them. Waw sakina has fatha before it, ya sakina has fatha before it. How do they sound? أو أي بو بي تو تي etc. خوف بيت ولا نوم same exact note. Pronounce the lean letters clear, pure, free of any غنة. نوم no. بيت no. نوم بيت خوف قريش. Okay. Definition of mad is now the mad. Before that, let's mention this here. Did I mention this about the mad and lean letters together? It's a bit now. Okay, since we mentioned the lean letters here, so let's mention here. After the lean letters, put a little note here. Put a quick note here. What is the note? What is it? The lean letters. Yalla, say with me. The lean letters also should be what? Pronounced from the nasal.
No.
From the jaw. From the jaw. Do we say pure of any gunna or free of any? Free of any gunna. Better, right? Free of any gunna. Tamam? Yeah. Definition of mad now. Definition of mad is to prolong or elongate the sound of one of the mad or lean letters. What is the definition of mad? Prolonging the sound of one of the mad or lean letters. What is the definition of mad? You're not here yet. What's the definition of mad, ya Sheikh? What's the definition of mad? إطالة الصوت بحرف من حروف المد واللين. You're staying here in Raleigh tonight? Or you're going back?
I'll go back.
At 9 you're going to go back? May Allah make it easy. Sheikh Abdurrahman coming from Virginia, driving 4 hours. So those who drove like half an hour, someone drove 4 hours. Okay? So we pray to Allah Ta'ala to bless us through the intentions and the determination and the good actions of some people like Sheikh Abdurrahman and many of you, mashallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how much everyone and how everyone is sacrificing. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and bless us through the righteous ones and the good ones among us. Amen. Okay, what did I say? What's the definition of mad? Yalla, Mazin. Prolonging the sound of one of the letters of lean or mad. Tamam? So this will include, now you will see, we have mad letter, we have mad that are related to the mad letters, and we have mad that is related to the lean letters. Nashi? The small letters, also remember that the mad letters could be in a small form. So they are still mad letters. أهله أخلده إيلافهم. If you know Surah Quraysh and you memorize it لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف, that's not right. In Hafs, one of them, by the way, in Ibn Amir's qira'ah is correct. One of them. Which one do you remember? Huh? The second one, the first one, right? So, Hafs narration again. Everything we're saying, Hafs narration, unless I mention otherwise. So, Surah Quraysh. لإيلاف قريش. Yalla, Sheikh Isa, come close to them. And Sat, make sure they're not making E. Make sure that the lean letters, they're pure of the gunna. قريش. إيلافهم. Okay. The alif can also be small as we studied in earlier levels. Important when we stop on those words, okay. When we stop on these words, okay, when do we drop those small mad letters? When do we drop them? Anyone knows the rule for that? Yalla, there's a tip here. There's a trick here. We are, you know where we are, right? Page 12, the top of page 13. Who can tell me? Yalla. When do we stop these? When do we drop these small mad letters? Yalla, Yahya.
When you stop at the word?
When we stop on the word. Okay, so I say لا يستحي. لا يستحي. Like this. So I drop this ya here because I stopped. What's the rule? Yalla. What's the rule? There's a rule here. Just move your eyes down. Under that example, you will see it. Ali.
When there's a ha before them.
When there's a ha before them and we stop on them. Barakallah fi. So, you look at it in the book, right? Okay, you're smart. When we stop on these words, we should drop the small one, small ya that come at the end, huh? Which is small ya and wow? It has to be at the end. You cannot drop إِيلَافِهِمْ. You say I drop the ya. No. When they are at the end, only when there's a ha before them. Is that clear? So when you stop, how do you stop on لا يستحيي? How do you stop on it? Like this. لا يستحيي. Try. لا يستحيي أن يضرب. Okay. Go ahead. From the speaker or something from outside. Who's with the kids? You're sure from here? Who's with the kids anyway? Downstairs. Someone with the kids? Is it from the mic?
I don't know.
Bismillah, Bismillah. Okay, just check. Sana, make sure. Is it from here?
Yes.
Try to reduce a little bit. Bismillah. Okay. Mad or no mad? This example, خلاص, this way is good, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. Many students, even in advanced levels, sometimes prolong the haraka even though there's no mad letter. On the other hand, some students shorten the mad letter or skip it. Here are two tables to practice mad or no mad. This is one of the very, very, very beneficial and needed examples. Look, I'm putting it in level 7, which is the most advanced level. Level 7 is the most advanced. Like it covers everything. And still I'm putting this here, and I put it in level 3. In level 3, after we teach the mad letters, you see it there in level 3. Why? Because people learned this way, so they need to fix it later. And we emphasize on them to avoid them right from the beginning. Right from the beginning to avoid those common mistakes. Okay.
Here.
Page in the orange book. Who has the orange book? Page. حاسوب دخل حاسوب. I didn't change anything. I didn't change anything. This is off. حاسوب هذا. You're 100% sure it's from the speaker?
Yes. Yes. From this one.
Okay.
Sheikh, there's a bird.
Huh?
There's a bird in it.
Exactly. That's what I can see.
Get me the normal mic from there. You were happy you worked. Let's see. The wireless thing I thought it would. Bismillah, let's see. طب يلا. Give me the little stand from there, Ya Sheikh Isa, please. I think they put it in the office or there. طب يلا, this exercise extremely important. I put it in level 3, guys. يعني when the child learns فتحة ضمة كسرة سكون, right from there. Even before that, I told you yesterday, I'm not going to repeat, huh? Ba, bu, bi, huh? We talked about this yesterday. قال ذات مال. طب يلا. I'm going to point to the word. You guys read. You read. Let's just do a few words. يلا. Who said هذا? Again. يلا. تمام. The mad letters are equal. أولى. الحمد لله. العالمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. So when you hear الحمد لله رب العالمين, you know it's wrong. You know you cannot do that. Okay? You like it, you like it. You like the melody? Okay, like the melody, but don't like the mistake and don't copy the mistake. You can say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay, still nice. I don't have to stretch the mad more than what it should be. Here's a mad طبيعي, 2 حركات as we will see. And Al-Alameen, Al-A, also mad طبيعي, 2 حركات by agreement of the 10 qurra. Then you come to me and reading next to the Kaaba. So all the millions of people copy you. It's not his mistake, it's the mistake of those who put him in that place. I wonder how, subhanallah, some people, they put an imam for the Haramain that the whole Muslim world, well, not the whole Muslim world, some people, let's say. But the many people think if someone is leading in the Haramain means, mashallah, his tajweed. Unfortunately, in the past decades, those who lead in the Haramain, the vast majority are not qualified to lead. Some of our students read better than them. Wallahi al-azim. Wallahi al-azim, I'm swearing. It's very annoying thing, subhanallah. So we're not going to copy those people, guys. Don't think ever. Like yesterday, I told you, someone telling me, you know, some sheikhs in Saudi Arabia, they said you have to make hijrah from America. Wallahi, by Allah, practicing Islam in the US in so many aspects, better than Saudi Arabia itself. And then he's telling me, where is Mecca, brother? I told him, wait, don't continue. I know what you're going to say. You want to say, because those scholars live in Mecca, so they're right? Only kids think this way, right? Mecca is the holiest, is the holy land. Doesn't mean those who are there, they're correct. Or we have to follow them. Of course not. Just, 20 years ago they were saying it's haram on the women to drive. Now when Trump pressed them a bit, it's halal. Yeah, we have to be clear. So don't copy the mistake. Even if someone lives next to the Kaaba, may Allah increase its honor. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay. I'm not gonna do all these examples. Practice them, read them. If you have any question, let me know. I put 2 tables, huh? Let's take some from this one. This one, this you're not gonna see it in any book. I didn't see it in any book. Why did I put it? I made it from my mind because I saw there's a big need for it. Let's try this tricky one. Let's try this one. Yalla, let's read 1, 2, 3. Cannot see it? Bigger? Okay. What about this?
Yeah.
Good?
Good.
Yeah. Let's take this one here. Really? Where is Rabbi? Where is the word Rabbi? One more time. You see the difference? بكلماتي ربي. Yalla, this one. Okay. This is the most common mistake that we struggle with as Quran teachers. Students coming to us, they prolong a lot of harakat. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi. Whose mistake? I don't blame them. I blame who? The one who taught them, right? So that's why I put in level 3, guys. Bismillah. Practice all of those words, all of those examples, practice them. And if you have students, especially our Sunday school teachers, you're not gonna skip 1 page before they master it. You let them read it, even they read it 1 whole month. Let them keep reading it until they master it. Look at this. Burriza, this burriza, hussila. Let's look at this one. Yalla, just last 2, just to show you example, huh? Just to show you examples. This one. What about this one? Rasuluhum. What about this one here? Ra'ufun. Is this word in the Quran? No. Is this word in the Quran?
Yeah.
It is. It's not in Hafs, in Shurba. Inna Allaha ra'ufur rahim. Okay, Mash. I know we're talking about Hafs, but don't answer unless you're sure. Now the mad rules. The mad rules. Before we go to the mad rules, I'm gonna jump back to the makharij. Why? Because the makharij they're more important. The mudud, if you read them, you should know. But let's take one type of mad so you know the measurement, and then when we tell you 4, 6, then you know. In case we don't catch that. Let's take the first rule, and then you know the types of mudud and how we do them. And then what I'm planning to do, I'm gonna cover the things that need practice, and I'm gonna leave the theoretical things. Like in this book, I put some idea about the 10 qira'at, the ruling of learning the Tajweed rules, and some theoretical stuff. We're gonna leave that because you can read it, but I'm gonna focus on the most important things, inshallah, now. So let's take the first rule of mad. What I did here in this book, I summarized all of the 10 types of mad. How many types of mad we have in the Quran? 10. If anyone tells you anything more than 10, 2 things. Either something wrong, or one of those extra mudud he's talking about is included in one of our 10. Tamam? So how many types of mad we have in the Quran? 10. I summarized them in 5 rules. Just 5 rules. Rule number 1. If we have a mad letter not followed, let's put not. Let's bolden it. Is it bolden it? Okay. Let's bolden it. If you disagree, give me the right word. If we have a mad letter not followed by a hamza, shadda or sukoon, we should prolong that mad letter for 2 harakat. This rule covers many types of mad. Yalla, that's the first rule of mad. If we have a mad letter not followed by shadda or sukoon or hamza, how many harakat we prolong it, ya Shaykh Abdul Rahman? 2 harakat. Mad letter not followed by hamza, shadda or sukoon. How many harakat? 2. Important note. Oh, this is a very important thing here. 2 harakat. What are the 2 harakat? What does haraka in Arabic mean? Don't look at the screen. What does haraka mean in Arabic? Anyone knows? Movement. What does haraka mean? Give her something else to play with that is not noisy, please. What is haraka in Arabic? In English? Movement, right? What's the opposite of haraka? Opposite of haraka, sukoon. When we teach in level 3, when we teach harakat and sukoon, that's what we explain to them. We tell them haraka, movement, you're gonna do some movement. Sukoon, stillness. S, it, ugh. The makhraj is not accompanied by any movement. Neither the lips nor the tongue. Tamam? The haraka is movement. Tamam? But it doesn't mean the movement of the finger. In Tajweed, the haraka is the haraka. In Tajweed, what is the haraka? Is the haraka that we know. Ba, bu, bi. Ta, tu, ti. That is the timing of a haraka. That's the timing of haraka. What about 2 harakat? Ba, ba, bu, bu, bi, bi. That's 2 harakat. Equals ba, ba equals ba, bu, bi. How many harakat is that? If you want to use your finger and say ba, I don't know how you're gonna do it. Ba, so that's your 2. Fine, I have no problem with this. This is a bid'ah, but it's a good bid'ah. It's okay. It's okay. Why it's a good bid'ah? Because these are means. If you come and tell me no, this should be 4 harakat. When it is not, I tell you, yeah, that's a rejected bid'ah because you're changing how the Prophet ﷺ read. But if you're telling me this way is helping me to measure the 2 harakat that are baba, I say completely fine. Like we put some lines to straighten up the rows for salah. That's bid'ah. Sahaba didn't do it, the Prophet ﷺ didn't. That's good, no problem. These are means. These are what? Means. You use a subha, huh? You use a subha to count your 100 times La ilaha illallah or 33 times Subhanallah. Use beads, or you want to get some bibbles, get a pouch of bibbles and keep them in your bucket and count them, as some of the Sahaba used to do, or get a rope and make 100 knots, or get the electronic subha, the electronic one. Anyone who says any of these is bid'ah doesn't know the religion, doesn't know the foundations of the religion. These are called means. In the means, alhamdulillah, Islam did not limit us. Tamam? The haraka is what? Is not the movement of the finger, because everyone's movement is different. Someone might move it fast, someone might move it slow, etc. It's not in any of the ancient Tajweed books. One of the sheikhs, may Allah reward him with good intention, he invented this to help people, it's okay. But haraka is what? Is a, u, I, ba, bu, bi, that's haraka. 2 harakat, baba, or ba, qa, ta, that's 2 harakat. What about 4 harakat? Ba times 2. Ba, ba. That's 4. Ba, ba, ba. As-sama. Su. If I say as-sama, it's clear, you catch me, is more than 4. Which is still correct. In Welsh, he does it 6. But halves again, we're learning halves. 4 or 5. Halves 4 or 5, it will come. But I just want you to understand now, I'm not going to cover all the madruls now, I'm going to go to the Bukhaari, but let's finish at least some of them. Inshallah, we're going to have lunch or dinner, if you like to call it, at 6, inshallah. We have dinner and then Salat al-Maghrib. So don't worry, it's going to come, inshallah. In case you're thinking and focus here. Bismillah. What did we say? The haraka. Let's read. Yalla, let's continue reading here. Bismillah. So we said the haraka is the time to pronounce a letter with a fatha, a dhamma, or a kasra. Two harakat is the time to say. Two harakat is the time to say two harakat. Two harakat is the time to say two harakat. The time to say the two harakat. Like what? Baba, bubu, bibi. And this is equal to an alif with a letter. Of course, can we say an alif without a letter? Can we say an alif without a letter? Give me a word that starts with an alif and take 1,000. A word that starts with an alif. Someone tell me alif lam mim. That's not a word that starts with an alif. That's not a word that starts with an alif. Okay. Pronounce a letter with the fatha. Okay. So it should be. This is an equal to an alif with a letter like ba. Look at the footnote here. So it is not right to say that the haraka is the time to bend your finger or stretch it. You can use that way to help you if you can modify it to match the time learned from the licensed reciters. So I'm not telling you this haram, no, wrong. Look what I told you. This note, inshallah, should be objective and fair. Okay? If you have a question, ask. I'm gonna keep moving. Okay? If I don't see you, you have a question and I look like this. They told me, you say, you have a question and you continue and you don't see us. Speak up. Speak up, inshallah. I like to get questions because it tells me you're paying attention. Understood the two harakat and the four harakat? Okay. The first rule includes 3 types of mad. Mad al-tabi'i, mad al-badal, and mad al-sila al-sughra. My way in Tajweed is make it easy. Make it easy. Don't complicate things, definitions, and you have to know this, and I don't know, lazim, kalimi, harfi, muthaqqal, mukhaffaf. Keep this for advanced students, for teachers. Now we want to teach people. We want to make it simple and easy. Look, this rule, I made it. It includes 3 types of mad. The students, they don't have to know, normal hifd student, he doesn't have to know this is badal and sila sughra and tabi'i and stuff. They don't have to. They don't have to. As a Muslim, you don't have to know the theoretical rules. As a Muslim, you have to apply the rules. As a teacher, you have to know. As an advanced student, ijaza seeker, hafiz, you should know. Tamam? So that's my way. So please use the book. Okay? I don't care. Like, it's not gonna build a villa for me. But get it. It's good. Inshallah. 3 types of mad are included in the first rule. What's the first rule? 3 types of mad included in this rule. We have how many types of mad? 10. In one line, you're getting 3 rules. What is this one line? 3 types. In one rule, you're getting, which is a one line. Getting 3 types of mad. Yalla, what is that rule again? Don't let your friends sleep. If you let your friends sleep, you'll be punished with him. Don't let your friends sleep. Yalla. What's that rule? We just mentioned it.
Oh, if the med letter is not followed by a hamza, let's see.
Yeah, look at the book. Shadda.
Or sukoon.
Are you taking notes?
Yeah.
Where's your book?
Oh, I have it. Here.
Khalas, it's there. Don't waste your time. Open the book. Open the book page. Just take the notes that are not there, Habibi. Take the notes that are not there. This note is there. Okay, page 15. We are page 16 now. Yalla. Bismillah. First type of mad. We noticed that in the Tajweed colored mushaf, I always recommend the Tajweed colored mushaf. I don't have a contract with them. They don't pay me anything for promoting this, but I believe it's the best mushaf Muslims have developed. Even though I object on some minute issues in it, and I contacted the son of the owner of Dar al-Ma'rifah, and they did not listen. I gave them some minute points to improve. I can tell you some of them when we come, to improve the Tajweed Mushaf, because I like it. We use it in all of our programs. Alhamdulillah, it's excellent. But there are some little mistakes, like they say, al-ghunna, we're going to come to it when we talk about al-ghunna. They say harakatan. That's not right, not right at all. And the ghunna has many types. Which ghunna is harakatan? And who said this ghunna is harakatan? Ghunna is not measured by harakat. And we have 4 types of ghunna. Which ghunna is 2 harakat, etc. So they can just say ghunna and leave it like that. Just take away the word 2 harakat. We notice that in the Tajweed colored Mus'haf, the common red is used, sometimes not very clear. This is the what I saw. The common red, right, is used to indicate al-mad al-tabi'i in some cases, and mad al-sila al-sughra. Yalla, bismillah. First type of mad al-badal, when there's a hamza before the mad letter. Yani basically the mad letter, the alif is preceded by hamza. The waw sakina is preceded by hamza. Hamza with what?
Dhamma.
Anyone said with kasra? And ya sakina preceded by hamza with
Kasra.
kasra. Imana. Imana. Amanu. Utu. Quran has its own measurement. Remember this. It has its own scale. Okay? Music has its own scale, its own notes, its own timings. If you want to get musical melodies and fit them in the Quran recitation, it won't work. Why? Because each one has its own scale. Each one has its own scale. If you want to apply the musical scale to the Quranic recitation, what will happen? You're going to compromise the Quran scale. That's forbidden. It's forbidden. It's haram. It is haram to break the Tajweed rules to apply your musical melody. Yes, the Prophet ﷺ urged us to beautify our voices with the Quran. And I'm going to start, inshallah, if Allah wills, a club to help people improve and beautify their recitation of the Quran. But within the Tajweed rules. To come to me like the example I gave you, and a lot of examples. Go to Al-Jazariya Made Easy, the new course. And go to Tarjih and Taqti' of Mad. More than 3 lectures. Every lecture like 1 hour. Go and check it. You will get maybe a headache of the examples that I put there of how some Qur'an are reading and how they're making the Qur'an. And how they're changing the letters and the sound in a very ugly way. Very ugly way. Why? Just to fit their melody and to please people. And people say, oh, mashallah, Allahu Akbar. And you see changing the meaning and cutting and shortening, and this is forbidden. And this is one of the miracles of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He told us, في آخر الزمان يتخذون القرآن معازف. They use the Quran like instruments. And in another hadith, authentic hadith, he said sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they introduce someone لا يقدمونه إلا ليغنيهم or ليغنيهم. They don't introduce him to lead them in salah except to entertain them or to sing for them. Means the Quran. What do you want more than this? Is there any clear hadith more than this? If you, and that's my opinion and the opinion of some scholars, but Sheikh Ayman Suwaid's opinion and a lot of scholars is different. What is his opinion? He said, if you apply the musical melodies without, listen up, without breaking the Tajweed rules, it is makruh. It is disliked. That's his opinion. It's clear in his videos. And that's the opinion of many ancient scholars. But I don't take that opinion. The opinion I take, and I say it's better to take, is with complete and full due respect to my Sheikh and the Sheikh of Tajweed in this day and age. May Allah bless him and reward him and raise his rank, Sheikh Ayman Suwaid. The opinion I take, which is the opinion of many scholars, and I mentioned in that lecture and I quoted them, I'm not someone who makes ijtihad, just to make things clear, okay? Is what? If you apply the musical melodies or maqamat to the Quranic recitation without compromising the mad rules, the Tajweed rules, mad or no mad. They don't only break mad rules, they break so many rules. If you can apply the maqamat, beautify your voice, following the certain maqamat, Saba and Rasat and Hijaz, and I don't know, I learned some of them, and I used to make nasheed in Syria in a group, and I even learned some of them. If you do that without breaking the Tajweed rules, it is okay. That's what I follow, and that's the opinion of ancient respected scholars. Okay? But in reality, I'm saying this, but in reality, when we come to practice, even when I stand, I have certain melodies in my mind. Sometimes it like pushes me to change a little bit. So that's why we have to be very careful. I tell you, in practice, it's not easy. It's not easy. You have a melody in your mind. You want to fit it. You want to end the ayah in a certain way, and then it forces you like to stretch a little bit to fit the ending, to fit the ending, to fit that maqam, to fit that tone. So we have to be careful. I tell you, if you can do it without breaking Tajweed rules, Bismillah, it's okay. Yalla, Mad al-Badal. I wanted to mention this, by the way, in the book, but I didn't have the time to. So I'll add it here. We can, inshallah, add it in the new version. Okay. Mad al-Badal is what? When we have mad letter preceded by Hamza. Amanu, utu, imana. Clear? Pay attention again to the gunna. Don't mix them with gunna. Second mad. Mad al-sila al-sughra. Al-sila al-sughra. When the mad letter is the small waw or ya. Tamam? Is the small waw or ya that comes after a ha. When the mad letter is the small waw or ya that comes after a ha. Sila means connection. If you wanted the details, again, this is not, no need now to explain to you the details. You can go again to Al-Jazariya Made Easy, the new course. And we explained the mad. We stopped at the mad section, by the way, in the new course. Sila, صلتها الضمير المفرد المذكر الغائب. Is the connection of the third person masculine singular pronoun, which means him or he or his, etc. Simply, when you look at the mushaf, if you see the little waw or the little ya, tamam, preceded by a ha, what do? Not followed by shadda, hamza or sukoon. What do? 4 harakat, right? Some people are dozing off. Bismillah. Wake up, Habibi. Mad al-sila al-sughra is what? When we have what? When the mad letter is the small waw or ya, that has what before it? And that what does it have after it? No shadda, no sukoon, and no hamza. That's mad al-sila al-sughra. Bihi alim. Hamza, switch with Sufyan. Surah. Switch with him. Hurry up. Yalla. فَلَهُ مَا سَلَفَ هذه بضاعتنا له قال look at these 3 types of mad. They have mad letter not followed by hamza, shadda or sukoon. What's the difference? The difference, mad al-badal, before the mad letter there's a hamza. Okay, and there's a reason. Again, I'm not giving you the details. They called it badal because it is i'mana. They replaced one hamza with the mad letter, etc. Don't worry about this. Practically, you don't need this. But if you want to learn details, in Al-Jazariya course. Tabi'i, when the mad letter is not preceded by a hamza, not preceded by hamza, nor is it a small ya or waw. So this means what? It's just a normal mad letter. It doesn't have hamza before it, and it is not the small ya or waw. Again, no shadda, no hamza, no sukoon after it. Examples are simple. Sami'na. Yalla, sami'na. Sami'. Yalla, practice, Sufyan. Yasma'oon. Yalla, rule 2. Any question about rule 1? Any question? Yalla, rule 2. If we have a mad letter followed by a hamza, you know what I teach this? Students level 5. We teach them this. when they're reading, before they reach level 7, we tell them, look, you see mad letter followed by hamza, 4 harakat, that's it. Mad letter followed by hamza, 4 harakat. Don't come to me, don't come to the little students, they're first grade and second grade, and you tell them 4 or 5. Habibi, no need now for this. Khalas, 4 harakat. Tell him 4 harakat, that's it. How's 4 harakat? Double the tabi'i, right? Don't put your hands like this, because you're gonna feel sleepy. Keep them, change your setting. Okay. If we have a mid letter followed by a hamza, we should prolong it for 4 harakat, 4 or 5 harakat. This includes al-mad al-muttasil, al-mad al-munfasil, and mad al-sila al-kubra. Here are 3 more. How many types of mad we have in the Quran? 10. The first rule we covered how many? 3. And this rule we covered how many? 3. Mad letter followed by hamza, that's it. Mad letter followed by hamza, that's it. 4 harakat, 4 or 5. Just take 4 and make it easy for yourself. Tabi'i, 2. Muttasil, munfasil, sila kubra, double. Note, in all of these types of mad, we see a madda sign. Did you see the madda sign? What is this? This is not called mad. What is that called? Madda. What is that called? Madda. Above the mad letter, both colored red or closer to pink in the Tajweed Mus'haf. So they already telling you why they put the madda in the Quran. Why they put the madda above the mad letter? What are they telling you? When they put the madda. Again, the alif has nothing on it, but could be a mad sign, the madda. Why they put the madda sign? Who can tell me? They're telling you it's more than normal. تمام? المد الطبيعي is how many harakat? 2. Again, I'm not going into a lot of detail. Other people, they call it qasr. قصر يعني 2, normal. Like, can we do the mad طبيعي 1 حركة? They say المد الطبيعي هو المد الذي لا تقوم ذات الحرف إلا به. They say the mad طبيعي is the mad without which the letter cannot stand. تمام? Without which the letter cannot stand. So, no mad less than 2. And that's called قصر. Imam al-Jazari in his Jazariya in the mad section, what did he say? Who remember? والمد لازم وواجب أتى وجائز وهو وقصر ثبتا. So قصر means no more than 2. When it is more than 2, what did they do? They put the madda for you. They're telling you what? More than 2. Now, when you see the madda, how many harakat? 4. Or 5 or 6. One more time. When you see the madda on the mad letter, it means how many harakat? 4. 4 or 5 or 6. Now what did we take when it is 4? When is it 4? When is it 4, ya shabab? Raise your head. When it's followed by? That's it. Mad letter followed by hamza, 4. 4 or 5. Now when is it 6? Anyone knows? Mad letter followed by shadda or original sukoon. Mad letter followed by shadda or original sukoon. If you say sukoon, could mean temporary sukoon, then you can do it 2, 4 or 6. It will come, inshallah. Mash. What does this rule include? Sila kubra and mad muttasil and mad munfasil. So when you see a madda on a mad letter, you should extend it 4 or 5 harakat if it is followed by a hamza, whether in one word or 2. Remember that a haraka is the time to pronounce a fatha, a dhamma, or a kasra. 2 harakat is the time to say it. We said that. Important note, the timings of mad, listen. The timings of mad should be proportional to the speed of recitation. For example, 4 harakat in the slowest speed, which is the tahqiq, should be longer than the 4 harakat in the medium speed, which is the tadwir. And the 4 harakat in tadwir should be longer than the 4 harakat in the fastest speed, which is hadr. Write it in Arabic so you know it's not hadr. Write hadal ra. Hadr. Tahqiq. You know tahqiq. Okay, what does that mean? يعني Where I mentioned the speeds of tilawah. I mentioned it last thing because I remembered it last thing. Let's cover it quickly. Let's cover it quickly here. Last page, guys, in the part 2 book. Last page. Speeds of tilawah. Allah Ta'ala commanded us to do tartil of the Holy Quran. Tartil means, come here. Get that chair. Can you read that fast? You should read faster than your English. It's your mother tongue.
Tartil means to read in a way that gives each letter its right and make it.
I hear, sometimes I catch a mistake. I'm saying it. This is helpful also.
And make it distinct from other letters. That way,
What is tartil?
Making letters right.
The Arabs, they say ثغر مرتل. A mouth that is murattal means every tooth is distinct and in its place. Not a tooth riding on another tooth, because then you need braces.
Abdullah, there's a little bit more med in truth.
Yeah, you say like tooth. Like tooth. You don't say tooth. You say
I
like,
said tooth?
no,
Yeah, you said
no, you said tooth.
I said tooth?
Yeah.
Should be tooth?
Yeah.
Okay. Tooth.
Yeah.
I learned it this way. They taught me this way. They told me foot, feet, tooth, teeth. So it should be tooth.
Yeah.
Maybe it's British, أخي. I'm British accent. Gosh, we'll review it. يلا, جزاك الله خير.
that way the reading will be clear and meaningful for the reader and the listener.
Why? That's the purpose. The purpose of the Quran is not to sit and break the rules ups and down so that people say, MashaAllah, Takbir. It's not for that. It's okay, let people come and beautiful voice, read the Quran. But with that, let someone explain some of the meanings, right? But don't come and bring people to distort the book of Allah. Yeah, I'm getting angry. He's getting so angry because this is the book of Allah. They're doing it like, Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Continue.
Tartil has 3 speeds. Number 1, tahqiq, slow, but it should not be with extra prolongation of a letter. Example, Bismillah, not Bismillah.
Bismillah. Stop. The B became what? B. And in Nasheed it's okay. Huh? In Nasheed it's okay. طلع. Look. طلع. It's طلع. The word is طلع البدر علينا, right? صلى الله عليه وسلم, right? طلع البدر. In Nasheed, what do you say? طلع, right? Continue. Let me show you طلع and طلع.
Number 2, Tajweed, medium. Number 3, Hada, fast. Tajweed must be applied on all of those 3 speeds. With this part, inshallah, all of the needed rules to read any word in the Holy Quran have been covered in this series. Whatever was right is by the help of Allah and guidance from Allah Ta'ala. Any mistakes are from me and from Shaitan. I seek, not from me, I don't think it's from me.
No, from you said it.
I seek Allah Ta'ala's forgiveness for any negligence, and I humbly request any person who finds any mistake or have any suggestion to gift it to me.
Okay, course is over. خلاص, he finished the book. Okay. Look up طالع that we sing. Yeah, okay, in Nasheed okay, but not in Quran, right? Not in Quran. Not in Quran, right? So in Nasheed, look. طالع. Okay, so.
Can you give us example from 3?
Yeah, I will. So, there's a common mistake in the Arab world, and of course, many people copy them. They say, this qira'ah is tajweed, and they mean tahqiq. They say, this is mujawwad. They say, this is Surah Al-Kahf by Sheikh Abdul Basit. May Allah have mercy on him and raise his rank. They say, mujawwad. Mujawwad. They mean the slowest speed. And then they say, this is Surah Al-Kahf murattal. They mean the medium speed. That is wrong. Wrong terminology. Why? Allah commanded us to do what to the Quran? We mentioned Allah commanded us to do what? Tartil means what? Pronounce every letter with its right مخرج and صفة. So tartil must apply to your reading in any speed, صح? That's number one. What about tajweed? Same exact thing. Same exact thing. Tajweed are the rules to help you make tartil. Tajweed are the rules to help you make tartil of the Quran. And that's why Imam al-Jazari said what? وَالْأَخْذُ بِالتَّجْوِيدِ حَتْمٌ لَازِمٌ مَنْ لَمْ يُصَحِّحِ الْقُرْآنَ آثِمٌ. It's mentioned there and I put the translation for you there in the book. Is that clear? Now, the speeds of tilawa, we have slow, medium, and what? Fast. Do we have to apply tartil and tajweed to all of them? You have to. Is it clear now? Now the names, tahqiq is the slowest, tadweer is the medium, hadr is the fast. Examples. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تحقيق slowest. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تدوير medium. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حذر. الحمد لله رب العالمين. You can make it 6 or 4. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Medium. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Okay? Yeah. Any question? Let's go back to Al-Mad. Yes?
Is it allowed to do faster than Hadr? Or is Hadr the max?
That's a good question. Can we do faster than Hadr? There's no... Look, the Hadr is the fast. Look, this is ijtihad, okay? This is ijtihad. No hadith says Hadr, etc. But this is ijtihad. You can read, listen to me. This is the ruling, okay? You can read the Quran as fast as you want, as long as you don't change a letter and you don't skip the tajweed rules. So when you, and this is what some Hifz students, they do it. They skip the tajweed rules and they say, yeah, I'm just reviewing. You cannot do that. You cannot review and say, and change letters or skip letters. You cannot. Example, I'll give you example. Yeah. Listen. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. That's not wrong. That's the acceptable one. Acceptable example. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. Now faster than this. تبارك الذي بيده تبارك الذي تبارك الذي تبارك الذي. Is it تبارك? Stop. خلاص. Now you're dropping letters. Allah Ta'ala is the most wise. He made mad and ghunna. They will force you to slow down. There is a purpose, there is a meaning. You have to slow down a little bit so you reflect and think, Wallah, I don't know the meanings of what I'm reading. Okay, try to learn. Read the translation. Okay, even if you don't, the Quran, you should maintain the letters of the Quran. Mashi? Okay, good question. Let's add that now. Well, we can add it. I put that, خلاص. I put it, you have to maintain the tajweed rules in all speeds. Right? That's what it means, right, Yahya? يلا rule 2, it includes مد صلة صغرى, صلة كبرى and متصل and منفصل. متصل when the mad letters and hamza in one word. منفصل when the mad letter is at the end of the first word, the hamza is then in the beginning of the second word. صلة كبرى, when do we have صلة كبرى? When the mad letter is what? The little waw or ya followed by hamza. Can they be in one word? Huh? They cannot. وأنه أهلك يلا 4 حركات وأنه أهلك به إلا Start with the hamza. Any question? Okay, rule number 3. If we have a mad or lean letter.
Shaykh,
Yes, sir.
how many is the 6?
6. Jazakallah khair. Okay. Any question?
Is Mother Tabi'i always only 2?
طبيعي 2.
What if it's, I think the word
That's not طبيعي anymore. It will come. Then it's عارض للسكون.
maybe should
No, it will come. That's a different man. Why? Because ya Sheikh, when it's at the end of the word, it will end with sukoon. It's followed by sukoon, right? We said mad al-tabi'i is what? Mad letter not followed by hamza shadda or sukoon. So when you stop on the word, it's followed by sukoon. It has a different rule, and that sukoon is not original, as we will see. So it is a different type of man. Isa asking, is he on the way? Because we eat and then you make wudu and pray. We're not going to take 2 breaks. Yalla. Bismillah. This includes, so if we have a mad letter, mad or lean, look what I added here. Mad here, mad or lean, you can bold in this one. If we have a mad letter, mad or lean letter, followed by a temporary sukoon, listen, also bold in, but underline temporary, underline it. Underline temporary. If we have a mad or lean letter followed by a temporary sukoon, why? In the case of stopping, يعني وقف, we should prolong it. سكري وقفلي, أطفي الضوء. We should elongate 2, 4 or 6 حركات. تمام? This includes المد العارض للسكون, mad letter followed by a temporary sukoon, ya Sheikh Sami, your question came, and mad lean letter followed by temporary sukoon. So how many mad rules included here? 2. How many mad types? 2. What are they? عارض للسكون and mad lean. What's the difference? Yalla. Sister next to Doctora. What's your name? Mina, barakallah fiki. You were in Duke, right?
I go to UNC.
Aren't you Berektar?
That's my sister.
Oh, subhanallah. Okay. What's the difference between mad arid and mad lean?
One is med letter, one is lean letter.
Exactly. Both followed by what?
The temporary.
Temporary sukoon. Why is that temporary sukoon, ya Sister Juwayriya? Why is that sukoon temporary? Because of what? Why it's temporary sukoon? Because of waqf. How many harakat, ya? Hey, don't hide. Everyone will be asked. Don't hide. So make sure you're paying attention. Khadija, why is it? How many harakat? Mad arid or mad lean? How many harakat each? 2, 4 or 6. Tamam? You can do 2, you can do 4, you can do 6. Any question? Yalla, let's read some examples. So, mad al-arid, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. How many harakat did I make it?
2.
Is that okay? Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Is that okay? Please pick the book, don't put it on the chair. Guys, please, no one should put the book on the chair. This book has ayat, has Quran on it. Don't put it on the floor, don't put it on the chair. I dare not put my cell phone on the book that has Quran or Hadith. That's what we learned from our sheikhs. Let alone the Quran. The Quran, no discussion. No discussion. You don't put a normal book above the Quran. You don't put the Quran on a chair. I'll beat you up. You put Quran on the chair, when you put your bottom, you put the Quran. I came here in some masajid, I saw this, and some teachers, it's very offensive. You put the Quran on the chair. The scholars, they said, you don't put a book of hadith above the Quran. A book of hadith. You don't put it above the Quran. Quran ya'lu wa la yu'la. Quran always on top. Right? Quran always on top. Someone tell me, I'm putting it on a stand. But when someone looks down, he's gonna see the Quran there, right there. Don't tell me I'm putting it on my bag or up. The Quran should be up, on a shelf, on a table, not on the chair. not on a bag and put down. Quran has to be up, right? Yalla. Questions? Yalla.
What if you do 3 or 5?
No 3. 3 where? No 3. 2, 4 or 5. Yalla, get the food. The man is outside. Help him quickly يا شباب. Yalla Yahya. Get the food. Yalla, help them Ali. You got it? MashaAllah. Yalla. Jazakumullah khair. Okay. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Yes, sir.
So for this med, you have to keep it the same for every single one. If you do 2, you have to do 2 for the next one. Is that per surah or is it per time reading?
1 second. I put that rule somewhere here. If you start reading with a certain number of harakat for the mad, you should stick to it throughout your recitation in that session. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, let's give you a quick example of al-mad al-arid lis-sukun and mad al-lin. Mad al-arid lis-sukun, this reading I do it when in the last few rakat of Taraweeh when I have no breath, no power. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين. تمام؟ إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. That is what? 2. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. How much? الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. How much is that?
6.
تمام؟ When you're reading تحقيق, it doesn't make sense. You're saying الحمد لله رب العالمين. Come on. Quran is balanced, right? So you're doing تحقيق, you're not going to make مد عارض like 2. تمام? You're making حدر, you're not going to make مد عارض 6. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. So make your reading balanced. Okay? Do the tahqiq. When you're doing tahqiq, do the mad arid 6 or 4. You're making hadr, make it 2 or 4. تمام؟ مد اللين. فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت. Listen. فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت. فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت. فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت. تمام؟ 2, 4 or 6. وآمنهم من خوف. من خوف. من خوف. من خوف. Any question? Notice that those mad and lean letters are colored orange in these 2 types of mad. So we finished 3 rules. How many types of mad we covered? How many? 8. We have 2 more rules to cover the 10 types of mad. We're gonna do them. So we finish mad, but I'm not gonna cover ta'arud al-mad when we have more than 2 mad rules in the same word, because I explain them in details and with all of their cases afterwards. So after we finish the mad types, we're gonna go back to the makharij, inshallah. Yeah, who has a question? Am I coming? Is the mic too loud? I forget myself and I come close because I feel I'm not hearing enough echo. I feel it's not clear. Yalla, go.
So these med rules, they're only for hafs, right?
No, all of the 10 qurra.
So
مد طبيعي. Listen, مد طبيعي عن صلة صغرى عن بدل مد طبيعي عن صلة صغرى 2 حركات for all of the 10 قراء. All of the 10 قراء. مد البدل just إمام ورش, he makes it 2, 4 or 6. He said إن الذين آمنوا he has variations. مد متصل. It's called واجب متصل. All قراء make it 4. Some of them 5, some of them 6. No less than 4. مد متصل. All the 10 قراء. Don't worry about the قراء now. But most of these mads, most of them apply to all قراء. Most of them apply to all قراء. Only Warsh and Imam Hamza has some differences in some types of mad. Yes, sir. If I make a mistake, tell me.
No,
You have ijaza in Warsh? What else? You're gonna give me ijaza in Warsh. You're gonna come from Virginia. You read to me, I read to you.
جزاك الله خير.
In Warsh and what else?
مع القراءات.
Just Warsh?
Sorry, the rule.
أنت عندك إجازة في ورش وماذا أيضا؟
باقي 7 كلهم.
أخذت إجازة في السبعة؟
نعم الحمد لله.
يعني عندك إجازة في السبعة ليس
نعم.
فقط ورش.
نعم الحمد لله.
ما شاء الله. زادك الله من فضلك.
الله يبارك.
He has إجازة in the 7 قراءات. Not like this poor person just 2. 7. Look at him. Don't look at me.
استغفر الله.
May Allah increase you يا
الله يبارك
سيدي.
فيك. سيدي بالنسبة so in regards to the قراءة of Abi Ja'far, the kha is the letter of إخفاء.
صح والغين.
والغين أيضا.
And this note will come in the when we talk about إظهار. Because I have Mr. Shu'aib. He goes to Abu Ja'far sometimes. أبو عمرو. أنت أبو جعفر هو ليس من السبعة هو من العشرة.
من العشرة.
لكن أبو isn't أبو عمرو البصري? He does إخفاء for the غين and خاء.
in Abi Ja'far سيدي.
وأبو عمرو البصري راجع وخبرني.
طيب إن شاء الله.
Because I thought أبو عمرو البصري راجع وخبرني.
طيب.
Mr. Shu'aib, he goes to the قراءات, he makes إخفاء for the غين and خاء. See him, talk to him, deal with him.
Inshallah, he's hopeful for he has a journey to complete the rest. So, Sheikh, the ikhfa will be full mouth if the kha is the next letter. The noon ikhfa will be ikhfa full mouth ikhfa or empty? If the
إخفاء. Your question is about إخفاء.
نعم من خوف.
من خوف. You're asking about if the kha is heavy or light?
Yeah. No, sorry, the ikhfa. من خوف أو من خوف.
You're asking if we do إظهار or إخفاء?
إخفاء.
We don't do, when we do إخفاء.
No, say the other قراءة.
When we do إخفاء, I don't know. I did not learn that قراءة. I don't know it. But, so you're saying when we apply إخفاء, do we make من خوف or من خوف? Huh?
Yeah, that's
What do you think?
I think since it's the full mouth letter.
We will cover this when we come to the إخفاء, and I'll tell you quickly in case we don't get it. If you, I don't teach that you do the, when you do the إخفاء, I don't teach you do, the غنة is light here because the إخفاء letter is light, and the غنة here is heavy because the إخفاء letter is heavy. No need to say that. What do we say? We say, prepare the organs of speech to pronounce the إخفاء letter. If you prepare it correctly, the غنة naturally will be heavy with the heavy letters and light with the light letters. If someone says, me, listen up, I'm giving you just one example. It will come in إخفاء again. If someone says, من قبل, is that right إخفاء? Why is not right إخفاء? Because he did not prepare his makhraj to say a qaf. When we heard him say mil, we're thinking he's gonna say ta, mil, ta. But when he said mil qabil, he wasn't preparing his makhraj to the qaf. So I assume, I don't know, if they do the ikhfa different in that, which I don't think, but if we apply the ikhfa correctly, the ghunna will be light with the light letters and heavy with the heavy letters naturally. So I don't put that rule at all. I just say, prepare the makhraj to say the ikhfa letter correctly. If you do it correctly, the ghunna naturally will come correct. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Any question about anything we said so far? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wash your hands and quickly it's